News. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin.
A lovely evening and thanks for joining us on the news update on 24 News Radio and Television at Ado Ekiti. My name is Grace Nwafo. Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji has held the National Automotive Design and Development Council for training and empowering technicians in the state to be better citizens and properly placed to contribute to economic growth. Oyebanji, who said that the exercise marks a significant milestone in the state's commitment to skill development, wealth creation, energy efficiency, and environmental sustainability, assured that he would sustain such training to boost employment generation and economic growth. Governor Oyebanji made this known during the closing ceremony of a 5-day specialized mechatronic training on repair and maintenance of both compressed natural gas and petrol-powered tricycles and motorcycles, organized for technicians in Ekiti State by NADDC in conjunction with Simba Group Nigeria. Represented by the State Commissioner for Wealth Creation, the governor said the training came at a time the government was scaling up in the areas of economic empowerment, poverty alleviation, and wealth creation and provision of critical infrastructure. He assured of the government's continued collaboration with NADDC and its partners to sustain the program and ensure that more youths are adequately equipped in order to promote economic growth. Also speaking, NADDC Director General Joseph charged technicians to constantly upgrade their technical skills to remain relevant and boost their economy. Mr. Joseph said the initiative aims to continuously bridge the skills gap and upgrade technical knowledge of auto technicians, thereby creating job opportunities for youths in the Nigerian automotive industry, as well as ensuring job retention and wealth creation for auto technicians. He said that the council, in a bid to redress the trend of lack of expertise and tools, began various training programs for auto technicians to equip them with modern skills on vehicle repairs and maintenance, and also empowering the beneficiaries with equipment. He noted that the council, in collaboration with relevant stakeholders, has so far trained over 15,000 technicians through the Simba Group Nigeria repair and maintenance of tricycles and motorcycles mechatronics programs. The DG charged the members of Tricycle Owners Riders Association of Nigeria and Nigerian Automobile Technician Association, who benefited from the training, tools, and cash empowerment, to use the skills to alleviate their careers and propel Nigeria's automotive sector forward, especially in CNG tricycles repair and maintenance. And from the House of Senate, the Senate has said it cannot reinstate Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan until it receives and reviews the certified true copy of the court judgment in the case involving her and Senate President Godswill Akpabio. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, made the confirmation in an interview with Newsben in Abuja. He said the Senate had applied for the CTC of the judgment and would not take any action until the document is received and studied. The Senate had on March 6 suspended Akpoti-Uduaghan for 6 months following a disagreement she had with the leadership over a change in her seat. Opposition leaders has on Saturday criticized President Bola Tinubu's administration following remarks by the leadership of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, which cast serious doubt on the viability of the country's refineries despite the billions invested in their rehabilitation. On Thursday, the president of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, stated that the Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refineries might never resume operations even after $18 billion had been spent on their turnaround. On Friday, the group's chief executive officer of the NNPCL, Bayo Ojulari, echoed similar concerns, stating that a strategic review of NNPCL's refinery operations was underway and that sale is not out of the question. Echoing sentiments shared by Dangote, Ojulari attributed some of the setbacks to obsolete infrastructure and underperforming technologies. Reacting in separate interviews with newsmen, some opposition leaders tackled the Tinubu administration, demanding a thorough criminal investigation into the alleged corruption linked to the failed turnaround maintenance of the refineries. They argued that the government cannot simply move on without identifying and prosecuting those responsible for the massive losses. The leaders also accused both the current administration and its predecessor under Muhammadu Buhari of misleading Nigerians about the operational status of the refineries. While acknowledging the failure of government-led public asset management, they warned that selling the refineries without strict safeguard could lead to a repeat of the underperformance seen in the power sector after the privatization of the electricity distribution companies. And from Lagos State, the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission has declared the All Progressive candidates as winners of the just concluded chairmanship elections in Ekpe, Eredo, and Ibeju-Lekki local government areas of the state. LASEC officials made the announcement at the three respective local government secretariats. More details of that will come your way later. President Bola Tinubu has described Professor Wole Soyinka as an uncommon patriot and enduring inspiration to generations of Nigerians and global citizens as the Nobel laureate marks his 91st birthday. In a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, President Tinubu extolled the celebrated literary icon for his unwavering service to Nigeria and humanity, noting that Soyinka's life and works reflect deep commitment to justice, freedom, and cultural identity. This is still news update on 24 News Radio and Television. More stories from the foreign scene and sports will come your way after this break. Stay with us. Glad to know that you're still there. If you're just joining us, this is the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. Over now to the foreign scene. The U.S. Attorney General has ordered charges to be dropped against a doctor accused of destroying COVID-19 vaccines worth $28,000, distributing fake vaccination record cards, and giving children saline shots instead of the vaccine at their parents' request. Pambodi said Dr. Michael Kekmore Jr. gave his patients a choice when the federal government refused to do so. He had been indicted by the Justice Department under the Biden administration in 2023. The plastic surgeon was already on trial in Utah, where he had pleaded not guilty to all charges, including conspiracy to defraud the U.S. The acting U.S. Attorney General for the District of Utah, Felix John Vitti, filed to dismiss the charge on Saturday, saying it was in the interest of justice. Dr. Moore was accused of providing fraudulently completed vaccination certificate for more than 1,900 vaccine doses. These were allegedly provided without administering the vaccine for a charge of $50 in exchange for direct cash payment or donations to a specific charity. He was accused alongside his company and 3 others of seeking to defraud the U.S. and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Bondi wrote on X on Saturday that she had ordered the Justice Department to drop the charges because Dr. Moore did not deserve the years in prison he was facing. She said U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene and Senator Mike Lee, both Republicans, had brought the case to her attention, calling them champions for ending the weaponization of government. Lee thanks the Attorney General for standing with the countless Americans who endured too many official lies, mandates, and lockdown during COVID-19. Report says a child has died at Liverpool's Alder Hey Children's Hospital after contracting measles. The hospital said the highly contagious virus was on the rise among young people in the region, and it has seen a surge in seriously unwell children being admitted. Alder Hey said it would not officially comment on individual cases to respect patient confidentiality, but the death has been confirmed. No official details have been released about whether the child was being treated for other health problems or their vaccination status. Report says 17 children have been treated at Alder Hey for measles since June. The child, whose age and sex is unknown, is believed to be only the second in the UK in a decade to have died after contracting measles. And from Gaza, Gaza's civil defense agency said Israeli airstrikes today killed at least 29 Palestinians, including 6 children, near a water distribution point. The attacks came with apparent deadlock in a week of indirect talks in Qatar between Israel and the Palestinian militant group Hamas for a ceasefire in the territory. Civil defense spokesman Mahmoud Bassal told newsmen that Gaza City was hit by several strikes overnight and in the early morning, killing 8, including women and children, with some others injured. And from South Korea, the Korean Medical Association has announced that thousands of South Korean medical students are set to return to classes after a 17-month-long boycott. Students and trainee doctors worked out to oppose government plans to increase medical schools admissions, arguing it would lower the quality of the education they received. No timeline for their return had been provided by the association, but the group has urged the government to restore the academic calendar and improve training conditions. Prime Minister Kim Min-soo welcomed the end of the boycott, describing it as a big step forward. The government wanted to increase the annual admittance of medical students to universities from around 3,000 to roughly 5,000, saying more staff were needed to meet demand. It went back on its plan in March 2025. While students are planning to return, junior doctors remain on strike as they also protest working conditions. This caused disruptions for patients as some surgeries were delayed and patients turned away last year. Report has it that 8,205 students will be subject to grade retention, requiring them to repeat the same academic year. And now from the world of sport. Lionel Messi has extended the Major League Soccer record for scoring multiple goals in successive games to 5, with another double as Inter Miami beat Nashville 2-1 on Saturday. The Argentina forward scored in each half to draw level with Nashville's Sam Surridge at the top of the MLS scoring chart with 16 goals in 16 games. Messi has scored twice in each of those 5 games, starting with wins over Montreal and Columbus in May before competing at the Club World Cup. The 38-year-old scored once in 4 games as Miami reached the Club World Cup last 16 before returning to the MLS with further doubles against Montreal, New England Revolution, and now Nashville. He opened the scoring with a low free kick that went through the Nashville wall after 17 minutes. Ham Maktor equaled the score in the second half, but Messi intercepted a loose pass from Nashville goalkeeper Joe Willis to score the winning goal. And that is a wrap on the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. Do stay tuned for more programs to be coming your way. My name is Grace Nwafo. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio.